I think it's about time that we made the van look a little bit more stealthy and a little bit more aggressive. So today we're going to be blacking out all of our pieces of silver trim and badges. Here, this badge on the rear, and this sliding rail for the side door. Back on the van build. Welcome to A Buck Life. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I am Matt and you are watching A Buck Life, and today we are doing a little job that I've wanted to do for a while, which I think is going to really improve the aesthetic and the look of the van, making it look that little bit more aggressive, making it look that little bit more stealthy. We are going to be dechroming all of the trims on the van, all of the badges. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it and what tools and equipment I'm going to use to do it with, and hopefully we'll get a perfect result. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We might do. Yeah, we will. This is one of those weather dependent jobs and the sun is shining today, so we need to crack on with it. Just before we get into it, I've got something really exciting that I want to share with you, something that I've been working on for actually quite a while. What we've got to show you is some merch that me and Ginny have designed. You may have seen the mug in the last video, I kind of teased it. Well, I just wanted to announce that the Shopify shop is now live. First of all, we have got the Arctic Adventure mug that I teased in the last video. Super proud of that print, that design that we've got going on there. On there, we've got the VW Crafter, we've got the moose that we encountered, we've got the northern lights, snowy mountains, and the snowboard as well. We really just wanted to do something to remember the Arctic Adventure, and we thought a nice way of doing that was making some things that we could have, but also you might like them too. And then I've done this second mug as well, which has got the A Buck Life logo on it, and it's also got a Chewing Up the Mountain Pass logo, which was a quote from when we were on that hectic mountain pass in a snowstorm. We have also got a range of t-shirts and a jumper that I've designed. This one has got the A Buck Life logo on the front, Arctic Adventure. This one on the back has got a monochromatic logo design. These are all fully organic. We've gone with really nice quality stuff. There's also this one, which is again Chewing Up the Mountain Pass. Little A Buck Life logo on the back. You can get this one in grey and khaki. There's also this one which comes in black and white. It's got the A Buck Life logo and it's got this print but monochromatic on the back. There's also this lightweight summer jumper which has got the A Buck Life logo there, and boom, big multicolored logo on the back. So if you like any of those things, I'll put a link in the description. Go check it out. It's a great way to supporting the channel. Back to the build. So we're going to black out these. Think we can take that off the van. This we can't take off, so we're going to have to do it on the van. And then these, hopefully we can get that off, and we're going to have to spray that part of the bumper on the van. There's a couple of different ways to do this. You could either wrap them, spray them, and for the sliding door rail, you could get that powder coated. Personally, I've decided to spray them. Right, what have I got for this job? Preparation is key when it comes to spraying. So we have got old wrapping paper to cover the van with, and masking tape, some isopropyl alcohol to clean it all up, some very fine wet and dry paper just to give our surfaces a key, and finally we've got some Plasticoat primer, and I've gone for a satin black finish. I didn't want it gloss, I wasn't sure about matte, so I went with the middle one, which is satin, which is what I've used on the inside of the van on the L-track, and I think it looks pretty smart. And some trim tools to see if we can pop a few of those badges off the van. First job, let's try and get those badges off the van, because I think they'll be easier to spray off the van than on them. Just going to use these trim tools. I feel like I've pulled this one off by accident before. Boom. I'm not sure if you can get this front one off. We'll see. Shout out Above and Beyond, because I've just watched their video and he said it was easier to get it off if you prise from the middle here. So in there, and then work out just using the trim tool. Oh yes, that's it. Didn't actually realise that comes in two pieces, so I don't need to spray that. I'm going to clean that up and see how it looks, but then we'll definitely spray that one. Prep, they say, is the most important part of spraying anything. So we need to give it a good clean, then we're going to give it a key with the wet and dry paper, and then we are going to give it an even better clean again using the isopropyl alcohol. I think that's the cleanest that's ever looked. Actually looks really nice now. Masking up before we start prepping the surfaces. If I start keying it up and sanding it, I don't want to scratch any of the other plastics, so I'm going to mask it now. Just got some of that frog tape. I'm going to place it on there, overlapping my silver trim. I'm going to rip that bit off, and then I'm going to score it with a knife to get a really tight finish. Cue the time lapse. Super tricky bit round the side of this door in there, but I've managed to do it. Must remember to cover that inner panel, because when we spray this little section, we don't want to get it on the inner panel. It's hot out here. Right, this is all masked up. Now I need to give it a key, give it a rub down with some wet and dry paper. Same goes for the front as well. Then I need to key up the badges, and then we're ready to put some primer on. Just going to use a little bit of this sandpaper. Actually, the wet and dry paper I might use later on. It's a little bit too fine almost, so I've just got some of this. I think it's about 300 grit. And I'm just going to rub down the plastics, rub down the metal, and then that way the primer will really stick to it well. Now I need to sand up this door rail, give it a good rubbing over. There's actually a few little rust spots on it that it's taken off as well. Oh, I'm buzzing for this. I reckon it's going to make it look mint. Don't know what to do with this bit of plastic. I think I was going to spray it, but I think I'm going to mask it up actually. These are prepped, sanded up. Just going to give them a clean down. To mask up, I'm literally just using some old wrapping paper, keeping it cheap, keeping it recycled, just to stop the paint getting to the van. Boom! And it's done, wrapped for Christmas. That actually took longer than I thought it was going to take. And I've also done in here so that when I spray that bit, we don't get any overspray on the panel there. Front is also masked up, wrapped up, ready to go. So final clean with the alcohol spray, and then we can get some paint on there. Ready to prime. Plasticoat black primer, multi-surface metal and plastic. Not gonna lie, it is a bit windy for spray painting outside today, but what do you do? I think you're supposed to start spraying off the piece and then off on the other side. Ready.
So I'm just trying to do even passes about 20 centimeters away from the badge. I'm starting to spray off the piece and then finishing on the other side, and I think that way it reduces getting any spatter from the nozzle.
That looks mint. Ooh, very happy with that. Here we go. Oh no.
I'm trying to hit this from all angles, so left and right, high and low, so I get all those hidden little pieces.
Yes! That's looking mint. Right, the one I'm most worried about is that. Gonna do behind the door first, shut the door, and then spray the thing. That way I won't get anything inside, hopefully. And look, Ginny's just made me a cup of tea. Thank you, Bubba. really want to do too much there.
I'm doing several passes here, high, medium, low, shooting up inside of it. That sounds so dirty. You get the idea.
Yes, that already looks so much better. Right, I'm going to do 2 coats of primer and then probably a couple of coats of the satin black on top as well. So warm today that that's literally dried almost immediately, so I can crack on with my second coat. Cue time lapse. Yes, 2 primer coats on. I need to go pick the dog up because she's had a haircut because it's hot. Final coat, satin Plastico. I'll put a link to all of the things I've used. Oh no. It's doing that British thing of potentially raining. Oh, that is the first top coat done. I hope it's okay. Losing the light now, but I noticed a few little high spots on this paintwork. So, just got a little sheet of wet and dry. Gave them a little rub down before I'm just going to give it a final coat. 2 coats of primer, 2 coats of top coat on. It's all looking pretty good. I was a bit worried about the front, but that second coat has gone on and hopefully that's going to dry out nice. It looks pretty good. And then round the side here, this looks pretty good as well. So I'll let that dry off a bit. We're losing the light now, but I need to get this masking tape off. I've given it about an hour. I think it's good to get it off before the paint fully sets. It's going to be satisfying, but you won't really be able to see it, which I suppose means you'll just have to see the finished effect in the morning. Back on the build, new day, and it is finished. Have run into a few errors, cue the montage. Boom, done. What do you think? Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm really pleased with the results. There are a few little imperfections that I'm not quite happy with. I'll show you them now. Badges have come out great. They look mint. I'm happy with the colour. It definitely isn't gloss. You can see the difference between this kind of satin and the gloss backing. Very happy with the badges. This little bit of advice, I didn't know it was going to rain it didn't rain in the night, but a tiny bit of rain it had. So there were like a few water spots on there this morning. I've managed to kind of buff them out slightly and they've come out. So if you're thinking of doing it, just make sure there's 0 rain or cover it up. I should have covered it up. And then on the side rail here, this has come out really well. I'm really happy with how this has come out. The only thing, and I don't know if this is because there's a roller that rolls on that edge there. I had to open it to put the final coat on the inside area, and obviously that may have just pulled a little bit of paint up. I've touched it up just with a paintbrush and you can't see it, but overall I'm very happy with how it's come out. Like stood back, it's actually really transformed the van, stealthed it out a little bit. Very happy with how that's come out. It's really transformed the look of the van. Our front looks way more aggressive, and the getting rid of the silver there just kind of, I don't know, tidies it up a little bit. It looks really smart. I'm happy with that. So if you're thinking of doing it, have a crack. It only took me a couple of hours. Do check out our merch. Here's another one of those t-shirts. This one is our Chewing Up the Mountain Pass t-shirt. I really like this t-shirt. It was someone's idea to make that quote into a t-shirt. Good fit, these as well. This is a medium, and it's like nice on the arms, good on the chest, decent fit. They're all organic. We've gone with really nice quality cotton as well. So yeah, if you want to check them out, there'll be a link in the description, and really appreciate it. What other things do you think I should do to the van? Let me know in the comments, but I kind of really want to yellow the headlights. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.